Full name?
Anton Gressler.
Did you and Mr. Smith get in any arguments when discussing payments?
No, but we have finally agreed to a price.
How do you feel living with Henry in the farmhouse?
I enjoyed it. He helped translating, so it was nice to have him.
Did Mr. Smith actually mock you?
All the time. He would make fun of my voice and the way I talked.
Did you receive your payment after the tea and just leave?
Yes, I got my payment and left.
Why were your pants torn and blood on your knee?
Hard day working.
Did you like working for the Smiths?
I did. They gave me a place to stay, food, and water.
Where did you go after the tea?
I left and I just went back to my room.
Did you leave after Henry?
I don't remember. Hello, I'm Henry Baller.
How long have you been working for the Smiths?
For about 2 years now.
Where were you when the murder happened?
I had tea with the Smiths. Oh yeah, Antoine was there. And afterwards, I went back to the farmhouse just to chill out.
Did you see anything that surprised you?
No, not really. Kind of just a normal day as it seemed.
Did you think it was weird that Anton never returned to the farmhouse that night?
Yes, I wasn't aware that he wasn't going to return.
Did anything feel off to you when you had tea the afternoon with the Smiths and Anton?
No, it was a weekly thing for me and the Smiths, but nothing was off about it.
Did you and Anton talk German to each other?
Yeah, I communicated and translated a lot of things for him and the Smiths.
How long was the tea?
Say about an hour and a half.
Were you comfortable with the Smiths?
Of course. I've been working them for a long time, so nothing felt off that particular day.
Were the Smiths sitting by the fire when you left?
That's a good question. No idea. Though we usually sit there when we have tea. Please state your full name.
Marianne Appett.
What was your job at the Smiths?
I was a householder at the Smiths.
How long did you work for them?
I was working with them 1 year prior to the murders.
Who did you befriended?
Henry. I befriended him.
When did you leave the Smiths' house?
I left Sunday morning,
The
day of the murder.
Where did you go after the murders?
I wanted to go see my mother.
When did you return home from seeing your mother?
Monday morning, I had to return back to work.
Do you usually have Sundays off?
Sometimes. I just really wanted to see my mother.
Did you have a good relationship with the Smiths?
Of course. I'm their granddaughter. I was really close with the Smiths.
Your full name?
Frances Curran.
What is your job?
I'm a Long Island peddler and have been trying to trade my goods.
You have been in Old Fields before, have you?
Yes, I have. 3 years prior to the Smiths murders, I was here trying to sell my goods.
What would you do?
I'd go around each house and try to sell things.
Have you ever visited the house before?
I would just do my routes on Saturdays and Sundays. Why were you going to quit after a month?
I wanted to find a new job, and the pay they were giving me was crap.
You quit right after the tea, and that's when the murders happened. Did you find that weird?
No, I was waiting for the perfect time to do it, and in the afternoon, after my hard days of work that I should have gotten paid for, I decided to quit.
You had something against Mr. Smith?
He would always make fun of me. It wasn't even orthodox.
So you didn't like Mr. Smith?
I hated Mr. Smith.
Your pants were torn at the knee, and the blood was visible.
It was a hard day working at work.
You would speak German with Henry?
Yeah, he was the only one that understood me.
Did you speak German with him at the tea?
No, I didn't.
Your footprints matched the one next to the east room window, next to the axe with the blood on it.
I never went over there. I don't know what you're talking about. Your full name?
Anton Geisler.
So, why did you kill the Smiths?
I didn't kill them. I don't know what you're talking about. I had nothing to do with this, so let me go.
Was it for the money?
All I knew was that he was rich. I was barely getting paid enough to live a normal life.
I know they made fun of your broken English. Was that your motive?
I'm very proud where I come from. Mr. Smith would frequently mock me. He was so rude towards me, I couldn't stand it.
Why did you have tea with them before you killed them?
I was receiving my first month's pay, and they offered to have some tea, so I went over, had tea, got my payment, and left.
How did you enter the house and why did you break the east room window?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your DNA and blood was all over the window and house, correlated with the murders. Why did you kill them again?
That was from working. I work with a lot of tools and cut myself frequently because of the longer hours I work.
Did you ever touch the money chest or did you not know about it?
I never touched the money chest, nor I have no idea where it is.
So, how did the dog end up in the workshop?
I don't know why the dog was in the workshop. That's just an odd place to lock up a dog.
Hi, my name is Jamie George, and I have a master's degree in criminology from San Diego State University. I have been working closely with the Long Island Beach Police, and I do specialized tests in blood typing. So, blood splatter or blood stain pattern interpretation is a technique that seeks to piece together the events that cause bleeding. The blood will inaugurate if the antigens in the patient's blood match the antibodies in the test tube. The antibodies attach to A antigens. They match like a lock and a key, and thus form a clump of red blood cells. In the same way, B antibodies attach to B antigens and RH to RH. With this said, many blood drops and splatter was found at the crime scene that is comparable to many of the suspects found. The blood pool A underneath Alexander Smith's head is O negative and is comparable to Alexander's blood type of O negative. Blood pool B found on the back of Rebecca Smith's is B negative and is comparable to Rebecca Smith's B negative blood. Blood drip found on the East Room window is comparable to Anton Griesler's A positive blood. Blood droplets on the front door are comparable to Alexander Smith's O negative blood. Blood pools found on the front room floor are comparable to Rebecca Smith's B negative blood. Blood pattern on the front room wall is comparable to Alexander Smith's O negative blood. Blood droplets on the east room floor are comparable to Anton Gressler's A positive blood. Blood droplets on the hammer are comparable to Rebecca Smith's B negative blood. And blood droplets found on axes are comparable to Anton Gressler's A positive blood. Blood drop L found on the front porch is comparable to Anton Gressler's A positive blood. And lastly, blood droplets on the money chest are comparable to Anton Gressler's A positive blood.
Hello, my name is Brooke Hale. I have my master's degree in criminology from Harvard. I have been working for the LAPD for 10 years now. I have taken past specialty courses on blood splatter analysis, fingerprint, and analysis and impressions. I also work closely with the medical examiner when he is performing cases that I'm working on. So DNA profiling is the process of determining an individual's DNA characteristics. DNA analysis intended to identify a species rather than an individual is called DNA. DNA left at the crime follows. The blood pool A found underneath Alexander Smith's head is Alexander Smith's DNA. Blood pool B on Rebecca Smith's back has the same DNA as Rebecca Smith. The blood drop on the east room window has the same DNA as Anton Giesler. The blood drops on the east room floor have the same DNA as Anton Giesler. The blood dropped on the hammer found in the parlor have the same DNA as Rebecca Smith.
The date is November 18th, 1842, location Greenlawn, New York. Victim Alexander Smith and Rebecca Smith have been killed. Detective Jamie George. Wound to the top of the head and back. Alexander Smith's feet burned by fireplace. Has been hit on the head. Cast off splatter on the wall. Over here we have the murder object in the parlor. Bloody. Blood droplets found on east room window. Window broken.